Imagine a love so profound that even lifeless stones couldn't stay silent. A love so powerful that trees moved and animals wept at just the sight of him. This was the unmatched devotion commanded by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. His presence drew admiration and love from not only people, but from all of creation, even rocks and wild creatures. Picture this. Before he became a prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him, walked through the streets of Mecca. He would pass a particular rock that, remarkably, would greet him with peace. It didn't end with rocks. Even the smallest pebbles joined in. One day, as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sat surrounded by his companions, pebbles in his hand began to glorify Allah. The companions, stunned, could hear the sound of praise coming from those tiny stones. It was a moment so extraordinary that everyone present bore witness to the miracle. This was love that made the impossible happen. Stones and pebbles speaking the language of reverence in his presence. Next, there was a moment that brought everyone to silence. A tree trunk that wept. During his sermons, the prophet used to lean on a tree trunk, but when a new pulpit was made and he stood away from it, the trunk cried out, as if it longed for the closeness it once had. The prophet descended from the pulpit, embraced the tree until it calmed, and explained to the amazed crowd that it wept because it missed the remembrance of Allah spoken next to it. But the miracles of love didn't stop with rocks or tree trunks. There were times when even the trees themselves moved. During one journey, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, searched for a place to relieve himself and found two trees standing apart. He approached one and commanded it, "Follow me by the permission of Allah." To everyone's amazement, the tree pulled itself from the earth and followed him, roots and all. He then did the same with the second tree until they formed a screen to provide him with privacy. Once he was done, the trees obediently returned to their places as if they had never moved. Imagine the sight. Trees uprooting themselves, acting as devoted servants to a man they recognized as beloved by Allah. This wasn't just a spectacle. It was an undeniable sign of the extraordinary bond between the Prophet and all forms of creation. Even animals were not immune to the magnetic pull of his love. Once, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, entered a garden owned by an Ansari man who had camels. As soon as one of the camels caught sight of him, it began to weep, its distress clear in its cries. The Prophet approached, gently placed his hand on the camel's head, and calmed it down. The animal's whimpers subsided as peace washed over it. He then turned to the owner and said, "Will you not fear Allah regarding this animal that he has placed under your care? It has complained to me that you overwork and undefeat it." This wasn't just a demonstration of compassion. It was a reminder that even the most stubborn and strong-willed creatures could sense his presence, respect him, and respond to his kindness. And then there were the moments that defied logic, moments when even the most ferocious of creatures displayed humility. Safina, a companion of the Prophet, once recounted an encounter that seemed destined for doom. Stranded after a shipwreck, he found himself in a dense jungle, only to face a lion approaching him. With no escape in sight, he called out, "I am Safina, the servant of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him." Astonishingly, the lion halted, its aggressive stance softening. It approached Safina, nudged him gently, and guided him through the dense terrain, ensuring he found his way out of the jungle safely. Before parting, the lion looked back as if to bid farewell, leaving Safina in awe. This was more than just a story of survival. It was a testament to the respect that even the fiercest creatures held for the Prophet. His love, unmatched and universal, left no corner of creation untouched. The love and reverence shown by all creation to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, were unmatched. Stones that spoke, trees that moved, animals that wept, and even a lion that showed guidance. These were not isolated incidents, but profound examples of his unique bond with everything around him. The universe itself recognized his presence, reacting in ways that left people awestruck. So, dear listener, if even the rocks and trees could express such devotion, What about us? What kind of love should we carry in our hearts for him? The stories remind us that this isn't just about admiration. It's about embodying the compassion, humility, and profound respect that he inspired across all of creation. If these stories moved you and deepened your understanding, don't forget to show your support. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an inspiring story. Join our community and let's keep exploring these incredible tales together. Thank you for watching.